So today we are in Paris, and for a few days, we'll be seeing what it's like to live here. Starting out with an urban chic 2-bedroom apartment in the 2nd arrondissement. We're then gonna head over to the 16th arrondissement to see some luxury apartments. So if you've ever wondered what it's like to live in Paris, come with me because we're gonna experience the city and everything in between. So starting out in the 2nd arrondissement, this is the Paris less known. It's the smallest of the 20 arrondissements in Paris. Historically, it's best known for its textile manufacturing and being home to what once was the stock exchange. So you'll see a lot of fabric stores around here, but it definitely has that authentic French feel. Walking around, I found this street called Rue Montague, which is aligned with restaurants that have outdoor seating. So you get that real cafe culture vibe here. One thing I like doing is walking around a new neighborhood. It's the best way to experience a new area, and you'll be surprised by the things that you just pick up and noticed along the way. In a second, I also found a number of covered passages, and these are essentially like small covered indoor malls with shops and restaurants inside. So we're about to go into Galerie Vivienne. It's a covered mall built in 1823, and it's a historical monument here in Paris. Let's go check it out. Now, if you think the neighborhood has something to offer, let's see what it's like to stay here. Okay, so coming through to the apartment, we're first led into the dining area, and yeah, it's a cool space so far. There's your dining table there, which is nice, and it has this kind of industrial vibe in the space. So you've got like concrete floors here and then exposed beams on the ceilings. So I'm liking this vibe so far, and it feels spacious in here, decent ceiling height. Now we're gonna swing around and take a look at the kitchen. This is the kitchen, and the first thing I like a lot about the kitchen is the flow. You have this kind of U shape, and it provides a lot of space in here. There's 2 large windows and you get tons of light. And the great thing about that is when you're cooking and preparing food, you can look out, you have a view, something to look at to keep you company. The next thing in the kitchen I like a lot is the countertop space. So you have tons of space here to prepare food, to cook. It's a hardwood countertop, which is super durable, but also provides a kind of warm aesthetic and just makes the space feel a lot brighter. Now, swinging around, the kitchen has pretty much most of the amenities that you'll need. So you have your full oven and cooker here. There's also a dishwasher, full fridge and freezer. And another really cool thing about the kitchen is the storage space. There's so much cabinetry here. Like underneath all the countertops, you have cabinetry, and under this one, if there isn't enough space for you, there's a Lazy Susan, so you can basically store a bunch of pots and pans through there and swing it around to create more space. So that's the kitchen, and it's just a warm space, but I like how it clashes with the industrial feel of the floor. So you have the concrete floors here, and then it mixes with that hardwood to just balance the space out. All right, so this is the kitchen. We're gonna swing around, keep this tour going. There's a few more spaces I wanna show you. Let's head to the next room. Okay, so here we are in the dining area. And I know we've already touched on it, but I do like the flow of this space. The kitchen easily leads into the dining space, so if you're hosting or you have guests, it makes it so convenient to entertain. Now from the dining area, we have the living room just behind me. But before we get there, I'm gonna show you the first bathroom. So heading around here, we have the first bathroom. It's a reasonable space in here. You have a full bathtub with tiles, and then the vanity unit here. It's a pretty big sink there, and you have some good lighting above that mirror. There's your washer and dryer unit. Now, that's a rare commodity to have in an apartment. At least in London it is. I know in New York, it's pretty hard to find something with a washer and dryer like this. This bathroom, of course, has a toilet through here, and you get your own room for the toilet. It has this dark blue finish in this space, and blue's my favorite color, so I'm definitely a fan of this space. Not necessarily the toilet, but the color of the room. Now, that's the first bathroom. Now we'll swing around and take a look at the living room. Okay, so this is the living room space, and it has such a contemporary vibe in here. I like the hardwood chevron floors, really brings life to the room. The seating area just behind me is super cozy too. And I also like the ceiling height in here. It feels spacious and open. There is a generous amount of space already in the living room, but with that ceiling height, it just adds to the room. And then you have two large windows which overlook the street down below. And then you can also see the buildings across, and that just really gives it that kind of Parisian touch in here. It just gives it that chic urban vibe. That's the living room space. We're gonna head through and check out the first bedroom. Okay, so this is the first bedroom. And I think even for like Parisian standards, this is a good size because it's quite narrow, but you do have a lot of length in here. So there's still a good amount of space. There's a large window which opens up and acts as a Juliet balcony. So you can see the street down below and of course the buildings across. There's also your storage here. So we have a wardrobe, a chest of drawers, and we can't miss the large bed just behind me. The ceiling height also continues in this space in the living room, so you are getting some volume. And then there's two slip windows which overlook the dining area as well as the living room. So that's this first bedroom. We're gonna head upstairs. That's right, upstairs. It's a duplex, and check out the primary bedroom suite. Okay, so here we are in the primary bedroom suite, and I'm stood on this side of the bed just so that you can get a scale of this room. It's a good sized space in here, and one thing that I like to see is the polished concrete floors, the same as downstairs. I like that industrial vibe a lot, so it's really cool to see that here in this Parisian apartment. Just above me, exposed beams once again, adding to the space, bringing the space to life. You have a large window which overlooks the back of the home, and then just behind me, once again, good amount of space, and then you also have your storage here to finish off this part of the bedroom. Now you have the ensuite bathroom just through this door. Let's check that out. Okay, so this is the ensuite bathroom, and I like the industrial aesthetic once again. You have this concrete style tiling which runs all throughout the space. Vanity unit there, large mirror, there's good lighting above that mirror there. And then to finish it off, you have the walk-in shower in here with a shower head. So that's the ensuite bathroom and this apartment here in Paris. Let's now head over to the 16th arrondissement, home to the city's wealthiest residents. It features Michelin star restaurants and upscale cafes. It's also home to everyone's favorite and arguably the best viewing spot for the Eiffel Tower, and that's Place du Trocadéro. After spending some time here, I could definitely see how this place most resembles Kensington and Chelsea in England because of the various parks, large streets, and grand 19th century buildings. Now let's check out what a rare penthouse in this neighborhood has to offer. Okay, and as we enter the apartment, we're led directly into the living area. And the first thing you'll notice is the length. There's not a lot of width in this room, but it still feels open and spacious. You have hardwood floors in here, and then we have the seating area on this side, and coffee tables down below, seating section here. And then for entertaining, you have a fireplace, a TV unit there, but you also get, check this out, a projector. So from a simple push of the button, Netflix is there taking care of for you. Now, one of the main things about this apartment is the location. So we're in the 16th arrondissement, which is a renowned neighborhood here in Paris. And to have a duplex apartment like this, it being a penthouse, is super rare because you get these incredible views overlooking Paris and the 16th arrondissement. Okay, so that's the living area. Let's head out now and check out the roof deck. Follow me around here. Here we have the roof deck, and to have outside space like this in Paris is a rare commodity. Just behind me, we have this lounge seating area here, and just imagine enjoying that in the summer months. Now the deck flow continues. You have a small seating section here, and then of course, views overlooking the classic Parisian buildings. All right, so that's the roof deck, but it gets better. Let's keep going. Behind me, we have a sliding glass door leading into the dining area. And another thing that I like quite a lot about this apartment is the flow of it. The doors all slide open. It has almost like that LA indoor-outdoor living room flow, which I like quite a lot. Now here at the dining table, it's a unique design. It almost seems like a hibachi grill. You have a hot plate there, seating for 6 of your closest friends and family, and just a great space to entertain from. Now the dining room space leads us down into the kitchen, which we'll take a look at now. Okay, so coming down here, we have the kitchen. And firstly, I like the polished blue cabinetry. You have modern appliances in this kitchen, cooker and stove top here, and then we have a vanity unit to finish off the space. Now we've seen the open plan living room, we've seen the roof deck, the dining area, and the kitchen. Let's head around and check out the primary bedroom suite. Through here we have the bedroom. Stepping in, as soon as we come in, generous amount of space in the room. Bed set up here. There's 2 large windows where the views of Paris continue. I can see hills off into the distance, and just being able to look out and see that classic Parisian architecture, it just really makes you feel like you're in the heart of the city. Now, this bedroom has some storage just built in behind me, but the main feature is that the ensuite bathroom is kind of integrated into the bedroom. So through this glass sliding door, you have your bathroom, which I guess is convenient because you don't have to go too far when you want to take a shower. So here we have the walk-in shower through the glass door. There's these stone mosaic tiles on the floor. You then have a massive rainfall shower head. And then just behind me, the vanity unit. And I like this design because it's quite sculptural. It just looks nice. So that's just about it for the bedroom, but that also completes the tour of this apartment here in Paris. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. 2.1 million euros, 1.8 million pounds. I'll see you in the next one.